Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the law of large numbers. So initially what I had planned to demonstrate how the law of large numbers works was to manually roll die 10,000 times. That's obviously going to take a very, very long time and a lot of patience that I don't have, even though it's spring break. So I decided to use my programming knowledge and skills to make a program that automatically rolls or die floors a certain amount of times I wanted to, and then it's going to make it some charts so we can actually visually look at it. Before we even get started, let's talk about our imports here, the libraries that we imported. The NumPy library allows us to generate random numbers very fast, very efficiently, which is useful when running these large simulations. The pandas library allows us to store and then analyze these results, kind of like a data set. And then finally, the matplotlib is used to create graphs, so we can actually visualize the distribution. We can actually look at it instead of just looking at the numbers. Charts are great. I love charts. This here is a function. I'm not going to go too deep explaining what it is, but if you're not very familiar with it, it's just a reusable block of code. Simulate underscore roles is the name of that function, and num underscore roles is our input parameter. So this function would just run the simulation with whatever number we give it. Put a comment. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is what is going to be simulating the dice rolls using numpy. This is going to be storing the results as a data set. And then this line of code here is just going to be counting how many times each value appears. And then this is what's going to be making our bar chart. To make this statistical behavior even more clear, I decided to run multiple simulations, one with 10 rolls, 100, 1,000, 10,000 rolls, and then finally 1,000,000 rolls. You might be asking, well, a die is 1 through 6, why is it 1 through 7? Well, this line here, it generates obviously random integers between 1 and 6, but in NumPy, the upper bound is the exclusive. So that just means that the function stops before the second number. So by using 7 as the upper bound, we allow the values 1 through 6, which matches, obviously, the outcomes of a 6-sided die. So this first chart, as you can see, shows the results from our 10 dice rolls, right? Since the sample size is so small, this distribution is very uneven. Some numbers you can see that appear several times. 1 appeared 2 times, 2 appeared 2 times, but then numbers like 3 and 6 only appeared 1 time. And this happens because randomness has a much stronger effect when we only collect a small number of observations. Here's our second chart, which shows the results for 100 rolls, and here we can start to see that the distribution is starting to become more balanced. The frequencies of each number actually begin to move closer to what we would expect theoretically, but there is still noticeable variation. Here's our third chart, which shows the results for 1,000 rolls, and at this point, the distribution is definitely becoming a little bit more stable and a little bit more closer to our expected frequency, which is 1/6 or 16.75%. Now for 10,000 as expected, it's even more closer to that expected frequency, which is what we can see here. As you can see, it's right there pretty much. And before any of this experiment, I just want to talk a little bit more about the statistical idea behind what we just saw, right? The results we saw are an example of something called the law of large numbers. And this principle, it states that as the number of trials in a random experiment increases, the average result we observe will also get closer to its true theoretical probability. In the case of a fair 6-sided die, the theoretical probability for each outcome is 1/6. When we only rolled the die a small number of times, like 10 rolls, the results were very, very uneven because randomness has a strong effect in small samples. But as we increased the number of rolls to 100 and then to 10,000, the distribution became much more stable. And each outcome appeared closer to the 1/6 of the time, which is exactly what probability theory predicts. This doesn't mean that randomness disappears, it just means that each individual roll is still completely random. But what the law of large numbers tells us is that when we observe a large number of trials, the overall pattern begins to reflect the true underlying probabilities. So even though this experiment was simple, it demonstrates one of the most fundamental ideas in probability. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.